The next thing I'd like to add to this website is a newsflash component. It'll show me the latest news over on the side of the web page here. And I think where I'd like to put it is just on the home page. And I'd like to put it above this login form. So I'd like to have that newsflash appear there. It'll pull one article perhaps from the news and events areas and display it right there on the left column of my web page. So in order to get that done, I'm going to flip over here to the back end and I'm going to create a new module. I'm going to go to Extensions, Module Manager, and I'm going to click my new button to make a new module. And this one will be Articles-Newsflash. And when you roll your mouse over it, it'll give you a little tooltip. This says the Newsflash module will display a fixed number of articles from a specific category. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And the left side of the screen is always the same in its configuration. The title will be Latest News. I will show the title. As for its position, let's go ahead and put it in the position of position 7, which is the left top. Over on the right side of the screen, we'll configure the category. First of all, click on News and Events, and then hold down my Control or Command key, which will allow me to pick some other categories as well. So I'm going to select these three, News and Events, News, and Events. I can choose whether to show images that appear in those articles or not. I'm going to say no because those articles don't all have images in them. Whether I want to show the article title or not, I definitely want to show that. Let's go ahead and link the titles as well. The header level on the title can be specified here. These are specified as H4s, which is fine. And we can show a read more link or not. I'm going to go ahead and show it. And I'd really just like one article on the page. And then finally, what order are those articles going to be pulled? They can be pulled by published date. So in other words, the most recent one will show up. By created date, so the most recent created date will be showed up. Ordering, so they show up in some order, or a random selection. And I'd like the random selection. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that. And I'm going to say save. And down on the bottom of the screen right now, this is assigned to all pages of the website. I only want this on the home page. So I'm going to say only on the pages selected, deselect the privacy policy, and in fact, hit my toggle selection button here at the top to deselect everything, reselect the home page, and hit the save button one more time. Now when I refresh the home page, there we go. There's my latest news showing up right here on the top of the page. Underneath of that is that login form. If I hit refresh again, we wind up getting a different article. So this would be an excuse for putting in read mores in all of these articles. I see the family programs article, which is an events article, and doesn't have a read more. Looks a little bit longer here on the home page. Every time I hit refresh, though, a different article seems to be loading, which is exactly the behavior that I wanted. Now I'm going to mention something about ordering here. Now that I have two modules here displaying on the side of the page, inside of the module manager, let's go ahead and hit save and close to get out of the newsflash. You'll notice that we have currently sorted by position. If you're not, click on the words position to make sure that you have your gray triangle right next to it. And you'll see that right now we have a left menu, our latest news, and the login form are all sorted right here down at the bottom of the screen. If I wanted to have these in a different order, let's say I wanted to have the login form above the latest news, I'd need to change the ordering of these. So to do that, we click on the ordering column, and that will give us our Netflix arrows so that we can nudge things up and down to change the order. So for example, I could move the login form up by clicking the arrow, and sometimes they don't work. They're a little bit buggy. And if that's the case, then we can always do the plan B, which is to type in some numbers. So let's say we'd like the login form to be number 2 and the latest news to be number 3. Go ahead and click the floppy disk icon on the top. And now we have the order of a login form followed by the latest news. When I refresh the home page, the login form shows up on top with the latest news underneath. I'd actually like the latest news on top, so I'm going to go back and change that around. See if my Netflix arrows are working now. So if I click on the arrow, then I'll have the latest news followed by the login form. And when I refresh the homepage of the website, my latest news is indeed on the top of the left column. More than one module can be assigned to a given module position. You can also change your ordering within that position on the page. You don't have to have one position with one module. You can have multiple modules within a given position.